Patreon.com/the Walk-Off Podcast. $4 a month gets you in there.
They released some pictures over this last week, and it is looking like a completely different building. I'm actually getting pretty excited about it. There's some things they're doing I'm not the biggest fan of. Hiring the walls, or that's probably the wrong way of phrasing that.
Hiring the walls?
Hiring, like
make it go wider up.
making them go higher.
Yeah.
Not hiring them.
Make it go wider.
You've got yourself a job. Walls, no, hiring them.
Raising, lifting,
raising the walls.
All right, raise the walls. Oh yeah, look at us go. We're so hip, Scott. All right, yeah,
And
walls going up. Walls also coming in.
Bullpen. Yes, they are. So we are going to probably see, especially Dalton Varsho is probably going to be the big winner in the walls coming in on that right field. Right field, bringing the walls in. Lefty bat hits a lot of his homers to right field. So it only stems to reason that this should be good for him. If you look at some of the things they've done too when it comes to the fan experience, it's pretty darn cool. They've completely torn out that WestJet flight deck and redone that. They've added some bars to there, a Corona rooftop patio that overlooks the field. They've done complete renovation of the seats in the 500 section. And I don't know if you ever saw a game at Rogers Center, Adam, but one of the more frustrating things about the 500s is that the seats, as you go around the stadium, are all facing literally straight ahead. And a lot of this had to do with the fact that the Argonauts used to play there, so they used to need to kind of set it up for a football stadium as well. But now they're going full in baseball. They're turning the seats so that you're not constantly cracking your neck. You know, it's for the old guys like myself, and I look forward to it. Although, you know, one thing that bothered me, buddy, and I don't know if this is for sure or not, I did not see cup holders in those new seats.
I know. That's what I was looking at too. I thought, oh, Scott's not going to be happy with this. No.
It's literally the thing I wanted the most. I could have given a shit about almost everything else. I'm like, give me a place to put my beer.
It's the entire reason we started this podcast. It was plan 1, gain notoriety. Yeah. Step 2, talk to the guys in Toronto. Step 3, cup holders for the fans on behalf of Scott.
In the 500 section. Exactly. I'm really going to be interested to see how this affects the play on the field, though, because they are just making enough tweaks.
You know what?
This is going to change some stuff.
Scott, this actually feels like a bit of a slap in the face directly at you and me. Mm-hmm. What were the 2 things each of us cared about? You wanted cup holders for the 500s. Cup holders. What did I want? Lower walls. What do they do? Brand new seats. They spent the money on the seats just to rub it in. No cup holders. Yeah.
No cup.
What did they do for me? Did they bring the walls lower for home run robbing catches?
Let's raise them up, they said.
Let's raise them. Yeah, this feels like an attack.
No stealing home runs. Absolutely not.
No. Wow.
This is one thing that you have talked about a lot. It's one of Adam's favorite things about the game of baseball is somebody doing something incredible and then being robbed by it, by somebody else doing something even more incredible.
Yeah.
We all remember that Kevin Pillar catch in left field. It's one of the most incredible catches at Rogers Center in Rogers Center history, I think it's safe to say. And it lives on in folklore. And it would just be so fun to have more of that.
Just okay, like there are like the green monster, sure, can exist. It is its own thing, it's its own entity. I'm not saying we need 7-foot green monster in left field there in Boston. But generally speaking, why would you have a 10-foot wall where even if a guy makes a leaping effort to take a ball away, it still only would have been a double off the top of the wall, as opposed to if his arm is above the wall, it's a home run robbing catch. That is a way better play. It's the same thing happens. It's just the environment was different, so the result would have been different. It's a frustration, man.
I wonder how much analytical studies, like the study of the analytics of how this Blue Jays team plays and what these little tweaks could do for this team went into this, or if this is kind of irrelevant.
I would have to think that it's got to be a question that gets asked and then is immediately shot down. Because
Mhm.
unless it is a modular stadium where they're going to adjust the wall height or the outfield depth season by season, like there's no
According to
point
the team at the
spending
time.
$100 million on this outfield configuration, and then 2 years from now, it's the exact opposite of what we would want based on the 2025's roster construction, right? So
Yeah, which is a very good point. So, yeah, that's probably irrelevant then. But it is going to be fun for the fans with these raised bullpens, man. Can you imagine just leaning over, being 8 feet from name a Yankee reliever?
I was gonna go with old Tim Mesa, but yeah.
It would be nice though to just lean in and just be like, "Hey, Michael King, you suck."
You reek
You
of
know,
beef and cheese.
yeah. More like Michael Prince, am I right? Okay.
All right, let's move on from there.
Yeah, let's move on from there and let's